the 2025 timeline. So we just reacted to a video about the way the world is going and shit like that. So we have the 2025 timeline by TommyNFG. So this is gonna be all the things that occurred in 2025, all the things that happened in 2025. This video is a hour long, so there's probably gonna be like might be a 3 hour video once I'm done yapping over it. But TommyNFG, the 2025 timeline. Here we are. Let's go.
Sorry, I had to take a drink because this year's been a lot. 2025 is officially over. This year for me, out of all the 2020s, has felt as close to 2020 as can be. As in a world event happening every month with a mix of dumb brain rot memes to distract us from it. You know how this goes. I thought I would do a timeline on everything that happened this year that we actually cared about. Because a lot of these timelines and recaps every year are trash or boring to me. We cover in the juicy politics, pop culture, memes, social media, entertainment like always. So without further ado, let's go over the 2025
I gotta spark up. I gotta spark up for this
timeline. January 2025. We start off the year with it officially being the first year Gen Beta babies are being born in. And
Generation Beta. So 2025 is Generation Beta. So there's a new generation out there right now. For real? Okay, I guess I'm up to some people.
Their generation will go from January 1st,
I ain't gonna lie, I feel bad for the people who grew up with AI, cause like, or you know what I remember, y'all know about the James Harden meme, mom made pizza rolls, or remember all them old type of memes when the meme just used to be words over a picture. Now memes are videos and songs and shit, but I remember memes literally just used to be fucking words over a picture. I remember the live, laugh, love and all that era of shit. I feel bad for the people who grew up in this time because things are more superficial now. Things are more engagement, rage bait, trying to sell a product. Like back then, things were like that, but even then, people were authentically trolling. You know what I'm saying? People now just troll because it's something to do, but back then, someone was trolling because they actually enjoyed trolling, or they actually was like that. You know what I'm saying? Things just more superficial now, for sure. Or even racism or whatever the fuck we could talk about. Sexism, whatever. All that shit was around back then. But it's just more performative now. It's more superficial now.
25 to December 31st, 2039. Which means this generation is the main generation Gen Z's kids are gonna come from.
Damn.
Yeah, these kids are totally gonna be f***ed
up. Yeah, these kids are cooked.
Will be the first generation being mainly raised by kids who grew up with the internet. So to my fellow Gen Zers, can we agree on at least 3 rules? Number 1, no iPads no matter what.
Facts. I agree. I said this before. My kid will not get a phone till they turn once they start going out by themselves, because I do need to be able to call you, or if something's happening, call me. So I will give my child the phone, but that shit might have all the safety settings on it.
2, no parenting, but no super harsh abusive boomer type of parenting. And number 3, no politics to the kid and let them just be kids.
I agree with that. I'm not bad at these rules. Definitely let the kids be kids. And that's why these kids are growing up faster. Like, I remember, like I said, at what age do kids stop believing in Santa Claus? At what age do children stop believing in a tooth fairy, right? But with the internet now, they worried about getting pussy, chrome hearts, the young boy concert. Like, now with the internet, I don't think kids worried about kid shit. I don't think an 8-year-old wants a poster on their wall, or an action figure, or a Transformer toy. They worried about the new meme, or this OnlyFans model, or some shit. Like, the kids definitely are growing up different nowadays.
If I see one of y'all post some like this with your kids, I'm blocking you.
Everybody's been freaking out lately about the Epstein emails. Has anybody noticed something? People act like they finally got Trump, even though there's still no actual evidence. Just the same nothing burger with extra seasoning.
And you know, this was all parents. This little boy don't even know what the fuck he talking about.
Boy, if you don't get your squiggly diggly head.
Funny thing is, in the future, I know for a fact I'll see each type of these kids and know exactly how they were raised. Mr. Beast officially gets engaged to his girlfriend in Mr. Beast merch. Come on, Jimmy. We couldn't at least do the marriage without promoting Feastables. Apple agrees to pay $95 million to settle a Siri privacy
It ain't enough. That shit probably like $50, less than $100 per person.
lawsuit. And as long as you own a Siri-enabled device from 2014 to 2024, you can get a whopping $20 per device.
That's what I said. It ain't enough.
Also, something to note is that $95 million is about 9 hours of profit for them, so I guess we take our wins where we can. Give me my 20. The Breaking Bad house gets listed as the owner is officially ready to sell it. She definitely got mad at all the YouTubers and TikTokers trying to film it. Every day she was crashing out at somebody pulling up to her house. And it's going for a wonderful, cheap and affordable $4 million. Which
Don't be shit. Y'all would have bothered to be bought this house? Come get it.
10 times the amount it actually should cost. But with something that historical, I say it's worth the price. Justin
Yeah, I do the same shit too if I was her. I do the same thing.
Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, officially resigns. Mainly due to being highly unpopular in the country. But in the end, he bagged Katy Perry, so who's really winning? California gets devastated by a round of wildfires, which burned about 57,000 acres or 90 square
Wait, this January? This is still January of 2025?
miles of land. And for some reason, they were just unprepared for it completely. Like, they ran
I don't believe that.
out of water so fast. How the f are y'all the highest tax state in
Man, listen, everything is by design, fam. And that's all I'm gonna say. Everything is on purpose. There is no accidents.
don't have prepared. If my house got burned down, I would have took my bags and immediately left to another state to never come back. Tom Holland and Zendaya get officially engaged. Trump gets sentenced
Should have been me. Real talk.
to 0 jail time over his 34 felony convictions. Sometimes you gotta give respect on how the f he even ends up getting away with this. It would have been so funny seeing him trying to be president from a jail cell though. NASA announces that 2024 was officially the hottest year on record, surpassing 2023, which is said every year. Do we even need a statement on this anymore? Bonnie Blue breaks the record for the most men slept with
That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy.
in 12 hours, being 1,057 men.
Why was there even a record before that? That's fucking crazy.
And according to her account, she had to hire 16 staff for it, and only took in the 12 hours 6 minutes of breaks. Yeah, I believe this as much as I believe Epstein ended himself in that cell. Bonnie Blue probably
That's what I'm saying. I told you, don't believe everything you see.
turned a lot of non-religious people religious this year because the amount of depravity was wild. Sadly, the way the world works, there will be someone who comes along eventually that is worse than her. Red 40, aka some would say the miracle powder sent from above, officially gets banned in America, and companies
And you know what this shit made me think about when I see Red 40 get bad? Is I fucking, growing up, loved the Mike and Nikes. Love Skittles. Love hot fries and hot Cheetos. That shit just made me think of like, how, like, first of all, they knew that, if y'all know it was bad now, I feel like y'all knew it was bad back then. I feel like y'all didn't just discover that this year. I think y'all been knew that shit was bad, but it was too much money in the products. And y'all finally thought about, like, you see they got naked Doritos and shit now. Like, they finally just found a workaround around it, so that's why they get rid of it, because now they find a way to move on from it. But I just, like I said, I grew up eating Skittles, hot fries, Mike and Ike's, honey buns, you know what I'm saying, corner store, you know what I'm saying, $2, you know what I'm saying, 50-cent chips, get you a clear fruit juice, get you a crushed soda, you know what I'm saying, them little hood sodas, you know what I'm saying, like, that just made me think about, like, how long they've been, you know what I'm saying, like, and all that shit that I ate, is because I have a play into the way I act now, maybe why I am, you know, the way I am, mentally, whatever, like, that shit just made me wonder, like, how much of this I have consumed, and has it done something to me.
have until 2027 to change it. Almost every country has had it banned for years or decades by now, by the way, but a win is a win? South Korea.
That's what I'm saying. That's, I don't know, that shit, I don't know. When I saw that shit that just made me think. I was like, damn, I've been eating this shit all these years. And they say, hold up, I just want to see. What does Red 40, why is Red 40 bad? Let me see. Red 40 is due to childhood. Like I said, I'm 22. I probably been eating hot. What I just links childhood hyperactivity, ADHD, allergic reactions, potential contaminants, carcinogens. It can damage DNA, cause inflammation, disrupt gut bacteria. And I've been eating that shit since I was a kid. Crazy, bro. Crazy, fam. Crazy. Crazy.
Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol gets arrested on charges for trying to start an insurrection when he randomly imposed martial law in the country. See, I'm American, so I didn't know you can actually go to jail for things like this. Is that how things are usually supposed to work? The earliest evidence of a human transportation vehicle gets found in New Mexico. It's assumed to be about 22,000 years old, and this is the potential sketch scientist. It was actually this, but can you imagine? TikTok shuts down in America on the night of January 8th, 2020.
So all of this happened in January? God damn. When you act a lot recapping the year, it's gonna seem like a lot of shit happened.
The unemployed were scrambling at what they were gonna do with their time. Gooners raided the White House in rage of their goons going away. And worst of all, you can no longer watch Tommy.
Don't ask me how I know this, but you can't goon on TikTok. Ain't nothing really on there for real. But no, a friend told me from a friend.
NFG's TikToks when he uploads on there once a month. Only for 12 hours later, it to be unbanned and everything to go back to normal. This ban was the equivalent of Ride and SpongeBob. And of course, I had to pop up with a message thanking the savior of TikTok, the one and only Donald Trump. Even though he wanted it banned a couple of years ago, I guess the boomer got intel that he's got his own Blazers on there too. And speaking even more of Trump, he officially gets sworn into the American presidency, making him the 47th president. In his second and final term as constitutionally possible. Just kidding, it's the year 2036 and Trump is officially serving his 5th term as president, winning in a 99% landslide with no tampering proven by a team of people he chose to pick. That's a joke, by the way, guys. Hopefully. Also, the inauguration went pretty normal, I would say. Typical presidential things with leaders from both political parties present. Nothing off at all, and we can move on from this because it was totally normal.
Adolf Hitler, command of the Third Reich.
I'm telling you, anytime some political shit come up, I'm gonna keep my trap shut.
The Gulf of Mexico gets renamed to Gulf of America, which for some reason was the top of priority first day. Netflix raises all of its subscription prices, as they do every year in a group.
I saw, bro, I'm telling you, fam, 2020, bro, they raising them bills, bro. They bought Warner Bros, fam. I'm telling you, fam. I'm telling you, bro. Them prices gonna be, that shit might be like $30 to $50. Not that high, hopefully not. But that shit is going up to at least $25 a month now. I don't know what people pay for Netflix now, but that shit is at least gonna be like $25, $30 a month.
3D manner, with the standard price going from $15 to $18 a month, and the
telling you in 2020, and they bought Warner Bros.
Premium price going from $23 a month to $25.
Oh, see, I told that shit going up to 30, fam.
Luckily for me, my costs have gone from $0 a month to $0 a month. I mean, I watch everything in as legal of an avenue I can, but just know I can't give you the sites I watch on. Kanye West officially becomes a billionaire again. And not only 1 billion, but 2.7 billion. Some things are guaranteed in life. Oxygen, taxes, and Kanye becoming a billionaire again no matter how much he digs himself in a hole. New York, for the first time in 30 years, has no shootings for 5 days in a row.
That is some good fucking news. That's some good news. I like that. That is some good news to hear. That's great fucking news. Shout out New York. Y'all gotta keep that shit going. I like that.
Sad that we have to celebrate things like this, but this is the standard we've reached now. Nvidia loses $589 billion stock value in a day, making it the largest stock loss in a day in US history. This was due to DeepSeek, a Chinese competitor, making a similar AI to the rest for not even close to how much US companies spend. That AI bubble is hitting a real clock, and one way or another, it's coming down. The Weeknd releases his album, Hurry Up Tomorrow.
What y'all think? Y'all think the AI bubble gonna burst? Y'all think we gonna see it in everything now? You know, commercials, TVs, movies, music, fashion, streaming, food. You know what I'm saying? Do you think the AI will be like that, or you think it's gonna crash and we gonna go back to real shit? What y'all think?
Tomorrow, selling 490,000 copies first week and becoming one of the highest sold albums of the year. The memes of this month were things like Elon Musk salute, the Goonacide. I've played
the Goonacide, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, the Goonacide, they still talk about that shit.
These games before. Dog closing eyes.
This is iconic. I'm not gonna lie, we still see this shit to this day.
An unemployment guy.
I mean, I've seen it, but it's not, it ain't really last through the whole year.
February 2025. Trump releases the start of the US trade war, hitting Canada with a 25% tariff and a 10% tariff on energy imports, hitting Mexico with a 25% tariff on all their imports, and China with a 10% tariff on top of what was already on it. Throughout this whole year, the whole tariff thing can be best described as a toxic relationship where one person runs back every time. With Trump, it's basically do now, then figure out when actually gets up, pull out, or getting some type of gift or crown from a country, then dropping the tariff immediately on the country. I can't even put in this video what country and what day they may have been tariffed because it'll be too much. Luka Doncic, who is one of the top NBA players right now, gets randomly traded from the Dallas.
Nah, this definitely was big in the sports world. This definitely was big in the sports world. Nah, that's funny. That's funny. So, damn, I ain't gonna lie, 2025 was kind of fire. Hold up. Let me stop.
Mavericks to the Lakers. I'm not even a big basketball fan like this, but the way this shook up social media for the day was crazy. And it was even worse considering they traded for a player that's considered utterly washed now. Like for y'all.
Hey, this nigga don't watch basketball. He said utterly washed. Damn, AD, damn.
Don't get it. LeBron James and one of the top young NBA players are now on the same team. It's basically like having Kakashi and Naruto tag team on a fight. People were making up allegations saying it had to be some form of witchcraft for someone to pass this deal. Luka himself didn't even know it was gonna happen. You could see people stop everything.
It was a business move. It wasn't about a team. It was about business. It was a business move.
In their tracks just to react to this.
That can't be real. That can't be. No, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. No way. It's not real. No way.
Damn, that's fucking wild. Damn, that shit shook like that? I ain't like that. I remember the same shit. I remember I got a notification from Underdog Fantasy. That shit said Luka Doncic has been traded to the Lakers. I said, what the fuck? Deadass. I said the same shit. I told my homeboys, I was like, yo, this nigga Luka got traded. I was like, man, that shit cap. I was like, man, that shit cap. I was like, I said Lakers was going to the chip. I said Lakers was going to the chip. I ain't lying.
Because why would you trade Luka? He's 25 years old, the face of the Mavericks. He has put that team on his back. He is a spring chicken in his prime.
This has to be like the FBI, right?
I ain't gonna lie, damn. Looking at this shit like this, I mean, now that shit was big. That shit did hit the internet. That shit did shock the athlete streets.
No. This has to be like the Federal Bureau of Intelligence.
To this day, people still don't know why this trade happened and everyone got used to it. Kanye had one of the worst crash outs in his history of crash outs. And that's saying a lot if you know his history.
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years? That sounds like a choice.
On the night of February 6th, 2025, 9:03 p.m., Kanye decided to start off with the words, free Puff. Throughout the next week of him tweeting, he decided to make a tweet worse than the last. Tweeting, I love.
Damn, Kanye. Damn. It sucks because, bro, like, oh my God. I don't even know if I want to say this because this is how bad Kanye done fucked up. But, bro, I used to, like, because Kanye, he not a, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't with the street shit. He was more like, on the backpack rap, like, man, I just want to rap and make good. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that type of rapper too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I fought with the all that polo shit. I remember when Kanye used to be rocking the polo heavy too. That's what I'm saying. Like, it sucks because I was influenced by Kanye, bro. And it sucks that he fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Now what? Virgil.
Nah, man. Sad. It's sad to see.
Virgil, by the way, was one of his best friends in the industry before he died of cancer. So he's making fun of his friend.
Even if like you're trolling or you're trying to get like, or if that's like some album promo shit, or I don't know, but yeah, some of that shit he has, I don't know. I mean,
who died of cancer. And to end it off, he tweeted to everybody that this was supposed to be some sort of social experiment. Yeah, buddy, you ain't Mr. Beast, alright? We could have came up with a better excuse.
I'm saying, like, even if you're trolling or you just playing around or this an album promo, like, I don't know. It's just like, damn, the things people willing to do to stay on, bro.
It didn't even matter though, because right after that he tweeted, I don't like that I said social experiment. I tweeted everything I felt and I'm not fixing.
Wait. Bro apologized. This said, nah, fuck that. I stand on what I said.
Nothing. Everyone. He also somehow managed to air a Super Bowl ad while the Super Bowl was happening. Not everywhere, but in a couple places, which is still crazy because who the hell gave this clearance?
So what's up, guys? I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone.
As of now, Kanye's tweets are all deleted and we'll be waiting until the villain returns back as he usually does. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Bro, I'm telling you, Kanye, man, I miss Kanye when he just dropped music, bro, for real. Even his producing, bro. Kanye said that's one of the best, like, musical talents ever. Producing and his raps. I ain't gonna lie, I need a beat from Kanye. Hey, I don't know what you be tweeting and yapping about, but yo, I need a beat pack. Kanye, let me get a 50 beat pack. Let me get a 50 beat pack, Kanye, for real. For real.
Win the Super Bowl in their second ever win. Overcoming the Taylor Swift rigging, it was really a win for all of humanity. Kendrick Lamar's halftime show became the most watched in history with 133 million viewers. Apple and Google bring back TikTok to their app stores for people to finally be able to download it again after the ban. Which is funny because everyone that kept it downloaded was able to use it after the ban got lifted. But if you deleted the app, you had to still wait for the app stores to put it back up. Lazy for the win. I got apps on my phone for years I haven't used. Elon Musk has his 13th child with political commentator
his 13th child?
Ashley St. Clair. You probably could ask Elon to
Now that boy be getting it in, huh?
name all 13 of his children and he couldn't do it. The only time you're good to Elon is when he can flex you around as a prize when you're 3 and 4. Now he's beefing with her, and I think he has beef with all of his baby mamas. With her alleging she had to sell her Tesla just to be able to take care of their child. There's to make 40K a year who defend people like Elon, by the way. The inventor of Nutella sadly passed away, giving
Rest in fucking peace, man. Nutella, I'm telling you, when I first tasted Nutella, fam, that shit definitely was a gift from God, bro. I'm not lying, bro. Nutella is one of the greatest things I've ever tasted. I remember putting that shit on bacon, bread, bananas, grapes, strawberries. Fuck it, just with the spoon, my finger. Bro, Nutella is so, bro, damn. Nutella is definitely one of them ones, bro.
all of Americans' diabetes with his invention. We truly do thank you for your service. Apple removes its safety features in the UK after their government required it. The reason the UK government did it is to combat crimes and stating that criminals use it because they're protections.
Hold on, what?
Apple removes its safety features in the UK after their government required it. The reason the UK government did it is to combat crimes and stating that criminals use it because they're protections. I'm sure people's data won't be tampered with and won't get hacked by a foreign entity to be abused. SpongeBob becomes the longest running animated children's show in history.
No show could be better deserving. One of the greatest, fuck cartoons, this is one of the greatest shows ever. Fuck The Big Bang Theory, fuck Walking Dead, fuck whatever Super Bowl they got up there. SpongeBob is one of the best shows ever.
It beat Arthur, which aired for 25 seasons until 2022. It would have been better if they ended the show like 10 years ago, though.
Nah, facts. We ain't watching the new shit, but I'm glad that they hold the record for that shit.
Merz wins Germany's elections to become chancellor. Trump announces the gold card, a visa that wealthy foreigners and basically anyone who can cough up $5 million can get a path to citizenship. I got it for free. It sucks to suck for them. And you could just tell by the look of the card that Trump 100% designed it by himself. A Japanese professor comes up with a calculation that according to trends now, Japan will only have one child in 695 years, which means
what?
We'll no longer have Japanese food, we'll no longer have anime, and worst of all, no more maid cafes. Someone's gotta stop this horror.
What? I don't know. Don't be trusting what these scientists saying. They always in the house like me. They just be thinking.
It's only gonna get worse. I'm volunteering to step up. The plan I would come up with there is everyone gets 2 years off except the essential workers, so things still run. And you all gotta have a baby within these next 2 years to help the population survive. The memes of this month were things
That's
like
wild.
Cave Diver, Artists Who Can't versus Ken Sing, Gulf of America, and Aura Farming.
I only know about oil farming. In the first one, he said.
March 2025. John Cena turns heel in the WWE for the first time, meaning his character goes from hero to villain. This was big considering he's been known as John Cena, the guy who takes pics with Make-A-Wish kids all the time. So with him now, instead, we'll see him give those kids RKOs. Trump gives the longest State of the Union speech in United States history, being 1 hour and 40 minutes. This is how I know my ass could not be in government, because I'd probably be dead sleeping after 30 minutes of listening to that. Scientists create a hydrogel that can heal cuts 90% in 4 hours and be fully done in 24 hours.
Damn, that sounds like some superhuman shit. What the fuck? Damn, that's crazy.
We really got to be thankful for the times we were born in, because by the time most of us are old, we're gonna have diseases and things resolved that we wouldn't even have thought was possible 50 years ago. Could you imagine being born a bit early and telling a doctor in the 1500s you had a headache and they drilled a hole in your skull to relieve the pain, then gave you meth mixed with coke as a painkiller? A lot of people would still voluntarily go back with those.
Nah, that is crazy. We are blessed to be alive. We are blessed to be alive right now. And see, and then yeah, we are blessed to be alive. No matter what you're going through, you are blessed.
We don't know when this is gonna come out because it's still in its testing phase. Just know that all the scientists are gonna randomly die the night before releasing it due to mysterious circumstances. Playboi Carti's album I Am Music officially drops. The most anticipated rap album of the year, and I would say the century. For anyone that listened to it the morning it came out, you were all good and it went smooth.
Copyrighted.
Anyone that
music.
stayed up to listen at midnight,
This was the worst album drop experience in history.
I was streaming that night to listen, and never in my life have I seen an artist delay his album on the release night 4 times. In the middle of the album drop, he was calling Kai Cenat and doing this.
Hey man, I love y'all nigga like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love y'all like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown in here. Like, I ain't no mystery shit. But like, I just like to be by myself. You know what I'm saying? I got too much swag. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't be out here like just giving the swag away. Like, so I just.
What's the estimate? What they talking about, Cardi?
What about? What are you talking about? Shit, I about.
For 4 years away.
Crazy. Yeah, I fell asleep, woke up, and then watched everybody talk about it. Yeah, I was sleeping.
Wait time, you would expect this to be like the Thriller of rap. A lot of people thought it was good, but they still liked his other albums better. I mean, even Google has it at a 63%. It's sold
Google rate albums? What the fuck?
298,000 first week, but Cardi said it's actually 320,000 because they didn't include physicals and digital sales. And he might be right, because so far it's the most sold rap album this year. Gas prices hit a 4-year low in America. NASA astronauts who were stranded in space for 9 months officially make it back to Earth after a save mission. They were supposed to be in space for 8 days, but due to technical issues, NASA had to keep delaying it, which somehow got delayed to 9 months. One of them could have had a kid and bring it back to Earth when you really think of it. NASA, y'all get way too much of my tax money to be fumbling this. Like, come on. And out of all companies, SpaceX was the one to send the capsule to bring them back. This might be the only W thing Elon has done this whole year. Finland gets ranked as the world's happiest country for the 8th year in a row. The World Happiness Report includes satisfaction, trust, social support, and freedom. Some other countries to note is the US being in 24th. Right
Damn.
social support and freedom. Some other countries to note is the US being in 24th, right next to the UK being in 23rd, Israel being in 8th. I guess it's easy when you don't care about the people right next to you getting 5 bombs dropped on them an hour. And the last country that barely made the top 25 is Belize, which is crazy considering Belize's population is around 420,000. The original Family Guy pilot finally gets found. And everyone oddly looks different colors, and Quagmire looks like this. Would have been better if they kept him looking like a typical normal guy and not the freak we know now. NBA YoungBoy gets released from prison. Some say the day this happened, the Atlanta streets roared with thunder. YNs got ready to put on the tightest black jeans they could find on Shein. Nike Techs got blown off and dusted off, ready to serve at YoungBoy's will. So far, he's managed to not do anything arrestable in a year, which to me shows he's changed and perfectly sane in the streets. Aiden Ross gets unbanned on Twitch after 2 years of being banned. Doesn't seem like he'll stream on there anytime soon, and if he's gonna keep acting like his kick self, he'll probably get banned forever if he does anyways. Memes of this month were things like Italian brain rot, Ashton Hall morning routine, JD Vance Photoshop, and the 2025 meme drought. April 2025. US freedom finally
Seemed like March was kind of dry. March was kind of dry. Ain't really shit. Ain't was no memes of March.
liberates the country again when Trump launches sweeping tariffs on every country. Doesn't matter if you're a country that's a friend, doesn't matter if you're a country that only has penguins on it and no humans.
Damn.
I'm actually not joking, that's a country that got tariffed. As long as you existed on this god green earth, you were hit with a tariff. Countries were finally gonna pay their dues to the US. And ignore every leading expert who's been studying this for decades saying this would cause economic disaster and consumers are the only ones who actually pay it. The US needs its revenge. Over 96 countries on this day were hit with a tariff, and different ones have different rates. In total
wild.
now, the US has a tariff on a total of 157 countries. Some overtime got removed, some overtime got increased. It really depends on his mood on a certain day. If you give him a crown, negative 1,000% tariff. But if you talk very meany, 1,000% plus increase. Eminem becomes a granddad after his daughter has a baby boy, which is amazing and congrats, but can someone just tell him to hang it up now? Minecraft movie releases. Even though
It was the fact that shit was quiet. It was no music.
it was pretty trash and people were hating on it from the start,
Did not watch this.
memes might have been the thing that single-handedly saved this movie from flopping. People were dressing up as Minecraft characters to watch it in theaters. People were blatantly destroying movie theaters for a meme. Let's give a moment.
I don't know why. That's always the thing, bro. Why is that the thing? Like, I remember the same thing with the Despicable Me shit. Like, when the movie trend happens, why the fuck they always just dress up in costumes and fuck the theater up?
Of silence for all the movie theater employees that had to experience that for a whole weekend.
Chicken jockey.
And this comes from not having shit to do.
Drake passes the Beatles to become the artist with the most weeks charting on the Billboard 200, with his albums charting for 3,348 weeks so far. The Beatles
God damn. Even his older albums still in the charts? Damn.
are washed anyways. Their last album was in 1970.
Hate it or love it, boy. Aubrey Graham. He's one of them ones.
Meanwhile, Drake is dropping new bangers every year like Mi Padre.
I want to meet your madre, pay my respects to your padre.
For the first time in US history, women over 40 and older are now having more babies than teen moms. Which I'm kind of concerned on two things. Concerned at the fact that women can no longer afford to be able to even have kids in their mid-20s and 30s anymore. And I'm also concerned at how the f was the teen pregnancy rate that high? Man, dudes in the 60s, 70s, and 80s did not do age checks. I know a lot of this shift is mainly due to more women having careers now and better fertility treatment, but no one can deny affordability. Like, I don't see myself having kids in my 20s or even early 30s.
Yeah, boy, money jump funny out here.
The Chinese yuan fell to the lowest rate it's been in 18 years, mainly due to the trade war.
Sorry I'm not talking a lot because I'm just taking in this information. Like, this shit kind of like, not educational, but like learning just what the fuck everything happened this year.
Was having with the US, and they definitely were not prepared. Japan introduces a 4-day work week to over 160,000 government employees to improve work-life balance. And according to the stats I have here, 0 people took the days off. Man, they sure do love working themselves to death there.
Damn, nope. With a 4-day work week, nobody taking days off? Woo! Y'all, ooh. Boy, I couldn't imagine having 100 hours of PTO and not using that shit.
Obviously joking, but this was one of their biggest implementations of their 4-day work week policy so far. They say it's supposed to help with birth rates and get more young men out there and risen. With a country of dudes that be so freaked out, they by law require phones to have the shutter sound on to prevent creeps from taking upskirt pics. It might take more than that to fix this problem. While we're talking about Japan, researchers there also broke the record for the highest internet speed ever recorded at 402.
What? That's a record? Wait, Japan got the fastest internet?
terabits per second, which is enough to download 50,000 HD movies in 1 second. The speed is so fast, someone probably already pre-watched this video before I even uploaded it and commented. Pope Francis sadly passed away on April 21st, 2025. He was known for being very humble and not even choosing to live in the palace, but a small Vatican guest house, spending his time advocating for peace and saying anyone is welcome to the church. He spent his last weeks talking to the people in the last church in Gaza to make sure they're fine. I'm not even Catholic, but overall, for someone in his position, he used his power for good. Virginia Giuffre,
that's very applaudable.
aka the main victim and the one who exposed Epstein for his sick crimes, sadly ended her life in her own home, which is
That's sad. That's sad.
kind of strange because I thought this thing was a hoax. She also tweeted in 2019 that in no way is she and if something happens to her to not let it go. And even her father states he didn't believe in the story. It is really sad she died without seeing any justice being done. Being the main victim of this disgusting freak too has got to be the worst outcome as a teenage girl. California becomes
That nigga flashed something. He flashed. I don't know what you did there.
the fourth largest economy, surpassing Japan. With a $4.1 trillion GDP compared to Japan's 4.02. The debate of the decade, some would say of the century, took place. If 100 men could sometimes
Nah. They really had niggas. I ain't gonna lie, this was a funny internet discussion. This was definitely this gave me like who wore like what was that? It was the dress white and gold or black and blue. The 100 men versus gorilla. I definitely think it was kind of up there. Like I ain't gonna lie, we was definitely debating this shit. It was funny, and it was funny and lighthearted. I feel like I don't know. I fuck with this one.
from all the chaos going on in the world and when everything seems utterly we just find something collective to have fun with. People were writing out scenarios of how it could be done and what strategies could work. There was even events set up to potentially have it happen. I don't know if they actually met up, but if they did, we can assume how it went. Other debates popped up too while we discussed this. You had classically 100 men versus paying child support, 100 women versus accountability.
Wow.
The United Arab Emirates becomes the first country to have AI right laws. They mainly
What?
focused on laws, judicial rulings, and public services to be done by computers. To them, they say it helps them be more precise, and to me, I won't have to worry about that because I'm never going. Canada elects Mark Carney as Prime Minister of Canada. China launches its first commercial 10G network for the public to use, which has download speeds from 9,000 megabits per second and upload speeds up to 1,000 megabits per second. The real question is,
When do we get to 10G?
I'm pretty sure I'm still on 5G. Did we skip over a couple of steps or are they that ahead? The US passes
Damn, our internet that slow compared to other places? Interesting.
the Take It Down Act, which makes it illegal to non-consensually deepfake someone in a sexual manner, and platforms have to enforce the rules in 48 hours from a victim telling them or the reign of the US law will hit them. So yes, every once in a while the government can actually get something right. It's always good to have something universally passed that no one can disagree with. Memes of this month were things like Chicken Jockey, Tung Tung Sahar, 100 Men versus 1 Gorilla, and Sigma Line. Made
Oh yeah, it was dry. Definitely dry that year. Besides the 100 men versus Gorilla, that was dry as hell.
2025. GTA 6, the most anticipated game in gaming history, gets
Ever.
delayed to May 26, 2026. And
I think GTA 6 will not live up to the hype because of how fucking hyped up it is. Motherfuckers thinking they finna change the world in this game. Like, I feel like it's gonna be a good game, but the way we do hype it up, motherfuckers gonna be disappointed because of the hype.
at this point, they can just keep it because we're done with the waiting.
Cap. If that bitch drop tonight, you know you downloading that shit. Stop the cap.
I don't even think this game exists, and it's just a government psyop to keep people from ending themselves. Because the last thing holding some people back from ending it right now is GTA 6 releasing.
That's probably true somewhere. At least one person in this world probably is trying to stay alive for GTA 6. That is definitely true. I believe that.
Well, at least it won't get delayed again, and we'll finally get it made. God damn it. Lady Gaga sets a new record for the highest attended concert ever for a female artist. It was a free show in Rio, Brazil, and had 2.5 million people in the crowd. She also managed to do all this without an Astroworld incident. Still never forget this could have prevented this. So good for her, and congrats on the record. TikTok gets fined $600 million by the Irish Data Protection Commission for transferring European user data to China. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, and the man who owns the companies whose stock is the most expensive share price in the world. I'm sorry, but $755,000, there's no way a piece of this company's worth that shit, dog. For that price, the stock better be able to rub my feet at night when I get the itches. Announces he's retiring at the start of next year at the age of 95. The crazy thing about this is the fact that he's lived till 95. He's known to eat purely fast food and have one of the worst diets ever. Just goes to show if you're rich, you can get away with anything, even not dying from natural causes. Skype, one of the most popular video chat services at a certain point, shuts down officially and is no longer operational.
Rest in peace, Skype. Definitely an era. Definitely a time.
We gotta give a true send-off and rest in peace to Skype. The amount of generational talks that happen, the amount of bullshit in this chat room, the amount of times I almost crashed out seeing those stupid ass emojis spammed at me when my friend beat me in a game and was trolling. You will be missed, Skype, and not be forgotten. Actually, Skype for a second, because the second GTA 6 trailer dropped, and to us, nothing else mattered in this moment. Rockstar Games is like a butcher with unlimited meat, and we're a starving pitbull who hasn't eaten for days. And when they finally drop us a piece of meat, we devour that in a second. The trailer introduced the boyfriend of Lucia called Jason Duval, which confirmed to everyone that
Jason Brody, Far Cry 3, baby, what's up?
the game is gonna run on a Bonnie and Clyde type of dynamic. We also learned about some new characters, one called Cal Hampton, who everyone assumes is supposed to be our Lester. He's looking like the most Florida looking Lester they could have picked. Raul Batista, who's supposed to be our guide to bank robberies. Brian Heater, who's a drug smuggler and will probably be where we do crimes like that. We're gonna have to wait and see exactly what everyone does, but they did definitely bless us with the most we've gotten so far. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost gets elected as the 14th Pope, becoming the first Pope from the United States and the first Pope from O Block. The fact that out of all of the popes that could have been picked, we got a Pope from Chicago is hilarious. But good luck to him and bless him on his journeys. China
That's from Chicago?
launches the first ever AI-powered hospital. For now, they have it as a training facility, but the plan is in the future to have ones released to the public. Don't let it gain a consciousness when it's doing surgery, because that could end badly. Bill Gates announces that he's giving all of his money away through the next 20 years, with doing all of it through his charity, and according to him, giving 99% of his $108 billion net worth away. He'll end up with a pathetic, sad, and embarrassing $1 billion left.
Where's she? Spread. Ooh, can you, man, stop playing, bro. Man, spread that money out on, man. Imagine he just did outreach programs like, what? Through charities? Nigga, if you don't drop money from the damn, if you don't drop, bro, you could drop money from a helicopter, fam. You could drop money from, you know what I'm saying? Drop a plane of like 12 million. Just let that bitch.
All of us should go out and buy 10 Windows subscriptions we never plan to use to make sure he's fine financially. On the real.
What? I'll make it rain money. Fuck you talking about? What? If I plan to give away 900 billion away, if that's the type of time I was on, I would literally drop money from helicopters, nigga. Not lying to you.
So this is a good thing, and a certain cracked out, weird face-shaped billionaire should follow suit too. Too bad no matter how much money Bill Gates gives, this picture still exists on the internet. Bill Gates could have gone down as one of the most goated billionaires, but that picture does exist. Chris Brown, aka Beats Brown, gets arrested for the who really knows how many times at this point. This was due to an assault that happened in a London nightclub. Like, this man
why is one the nigga dancing?
Really cannot keep
I'm
up
sorry,
with
that shit making it funny.
So this is embarrassing at this point. He was released after a week of being in jail, and he is currently walking the streets casually, so be careful. Outdoor Boys, the channel that blew up from him showing his camping trips through wild places, announces he's retiring because the fame was too much and he wanted to protect his family's privacy. privacy. Joe Biden gets diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. While I didn't really like Biden and the old-timer fell a bit too much for me during his presidency, he was running the most powerful country in the world while having cancer, so I gotta give respects for that. And I'm wishing him the best and hope he recovers well. Elon Musk announces he's departing from his US government role in his Doge organization after months of the public seeing him high on ketamine in the Oval Office, crashing out at people any chance he could. The tyranny of Musk has come to an end. He states his leave was due to his legal time as a government special employee ending, but this also so happened to be a week before he started trashing the big beautiful bill and tweeting that Trump was in the Epstein files. Strange coincidence, they definitely don't align with each other. Trump pardons NBA YoungBoy. Am I reading that right? Oh, I am? This country is a simulation at this point. I think we all died at the start of the year. He was released in May.
Now that's definitely wild. That's shit. Cause they know shit. On me, he know he can control the young niggas. He know whatever the young boy do. If young boy said if young boy hopped on the quarter zip trend, I bet you dummy niggas would have been way more niggas would have been on that shit. If young boy started wearing all black and held in his fist up, said we with the Panthers. I don't know. Niggas would have did. I think they know how much hold young boy got musically.
May of this year, after serving 23 months in federal prison and was serving 60 months of probation. He also thanked them right after, which of course, duh. Y'all be getting on these rappers' asses for glazing Trump, but if all it takes is a couple of pics of me wearing a MAGA hat to commute my 5-year probation sentence and clear my criminal record, I would be on social media too, looking like the biggest dumbass and asking everyone what does fetus mean in Latin. Taylor Swift announces she officially bought her whole music catalog and now owns it all, which is
rappers, take fucking note, man. Buy your fucking catalogs, man. Y'all niggas be dead and gone and don't even make money off that shit, man. Please own your catalogs.
Big considering she was recording her old albums and releasing them just so she had ownership over it.
That's fire. That's fucking fire. Rappers, y'all need to follow suit on y'all catalog.
Like artists being able to actually own what they put out, but at the same time it is Taylor Swift, who is probably going to use those funds to fly her private jet to the nearest McDonald's because she can't drive 10 minutes down the street. I don't even gotta make y'all haters for real. Her own fans do it enough.
As an artist, that's fire. As an artist, that's fire.
I fully believe Taylor Swift fans think she's reincarnated Jesus. Memes of this month were things like 100 men versus 1 gorilla, F students are inventors, and 0.5 GPA activities.
Dry as fuck.
June 2025. Mr. Beast becomes the first creator to hit 400 million subs. And to reward this potentially once-in-a-life reward, they gave him this monstrosity. Can't even use a different button other than the diamond? Come on, dog. Disposable vapes officially get banned in the UK to stop the youth from using it. Remember when I said earlier, right after Elon left the government, he started talking about it? Well, now was that point. The beef originally started when the big beautiful bill by Trump was on its way to get passed. And one of the main things Elon was mad about is that it was gonna add 4.1 trillion to the US national debt, which defeated the whole purpose of Doge and why he created it, even though it didn't really do anything. He tweeted out that the bill was a disgusting abomination, said the bill needs to be killed, and you know Trump's ego can't take shit talking about his policies, so he said Elon was crazy and was mad he was taking away his electric vehicle tax credits. Then at this point, Elon chose to crash out and throw away the whole friendship. He said Trump only won the election because of him and that he was ungrateful. He said he would win in an election against Trump, and then said the big thing that had everyone silent that day, that Trump is in the Epstein files and that's why it's not public. A confirmation of the thing we've been talking about for months. For him to drop this was crazy to be.
I ain't lie, when I did see that shit, I was like, wow.
Because people always thought he may be in it, but one of his closest allies saying it, why would he lie about it? Yet after all this, he still hung out with him and they're good friends now. So he outed to the world that he's a predator, but he's
and that just goes so much to show you they don't give
still hanging out with him. I don't know about y'all, but if I find out one of my friends is a predator, that is not my friend anymore. He ended up deleting it later and saying he regretted the tweet, but the damage was already done. Everyone knew the breakup was gonna happen. We joked about it. The way it happened was not expected. LA protests erupted over ICE being there and how the arrests were being done. It happened over the span of a week, and just as any protest goes in LA, always has to burn down for some reason. Like, why does LA never have any same protests going on? It always has to end up burning.
No disrespect. Do protests actually work? I'm not talking about like like civil rights and before that, like since 2000, let's just say since 2000, what protests have led to change? Let me know.
Up in flames. Due to all the chaos, Trump sent the National Guard randomly, and of course it made things worse. It all calmed down eventually, just as these things always go. Rapper Silento, known for the whip it nay nay emote in Fortnite, was sentenced to 30 years in prison after pleading guilty to shooting his cousin and killing him in 2021. 16 billion passwords were leaked in the largest data breach in history. The hackers did it over time, and it only got revealed then how much info they got now. It was stolen from every popular website, including Gmail, Facebook, Apple, PayPal, Netflix, anything. My tip is to make sure your accounts have two-factor verification off, and every time the hacker comes in, catch them like a Pokemon and turn them into the police. Netanyahu, the president of the United States, Trump decided to launch a missile strike on what they call key Iranian nuclear facilities. This was to help aid Israel in their fight with Iran and put pressure on their officials. The Trump administration's response to people asking proof that they were making was, and I quote, "I don't have to show you nothing, shut up." Luckily, this didn't start a war, but tune in for next year. The Oklahoma City Thunder won the 2025 NBA championship, becoming the youngest.
1 second, chat. My bad.
Team to win in 50 years. PewDiePie drops out of the top 10 most subscribed channels after a 12-year run. I can feel my gray hairs already developing, but things always have to change. Global debt hits a record of $324 trillion.
Who the fuck is the world in debt to?
Which makes no sense because we can all let bygones be bygones and forget about it. North Korea opens its brand new beach resort to the public. And as an American citizen myself, I'll say that I'm perfectly comfortable and fine visiting. I'm sure my devices won't be tapped into, and freedom of speech laws are amazing there. Seriously, who gave Kim this idea? That resort is never making its money back. Surprisingly, people have went though, mainly Russian tourists because of how close the two countries have become. Squid Game Season 3 releases, becoming the first series in Netflix history to be #1 in every single country it's in.
Wow, that's an accomplishment. Shout out Netflix.
A different type of motion, all for a mid-ass ending though. I know it's been a while since it came out, but I still won't spoil things in case anyone hasn't watched it. All I'm saying is, me personally, I'm chucking that thing off like no tomorrow. If you watched it, you can understand what I mean when I say chucking that thing off. The man who owns Labubu becomes China's youngest billionaire, being a piece of do you wonders in 2025. And memes of this month were things like job application, Sabao, guy pointing to himself, and
they still use that.
World War III. July 2025. The Diddler, aka Sean Dickie Combs, has his trial officially wrap up, and we're all expecting justice to be served. How many years we were thinking? At minimum 10 for the freak-offs alone. A maximum death penalty for this haircut. And he got a heart-wrenching, jaw-dropping total sentence of 4 years. With good behavior for real, that's like 3 years. Man, the rich really get away with anything in this country. He got convicted of 2 of the 5 counts that were originally put in, with one of the biggest ones, racketeering, being not guilty. Trump signs in the Big Beautiful Bill, one of the most controversial bills in US history. The Department of Justice announces their
stomach growling. I don't know if y'all can hear that. My fucking stomach growling. Shit.
Conclusion of the Epstein files and case, stating that there's no client list and there's no evidence Epstein blackmailed people. Said like a person who got blackmailed. And they also confirmed that Epstein ended himself in that cell. The internet's reaction was exactly how you would expect. And Trump hit his classic be fake demons pose. Epstein list didn't matter. It was only a part of his whole administration's campaign before getting in. And their whole interview after was absolutely embarrassing.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the metropolitan...
I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to hear this shit at all. Nah, James Brown?
These two guys were screaming for years that he didn't end himself in the movement kind of fragment. And after this, things slowly started to split Trump from his base. A South Korean soldier breaks the world record for the most pull-ups in 24 hours, being 11,707 reps. Scarlett Johansson becomes the highest grossing actor of all time. For movies...
What?
Have earned over $15 billion worldwide, with a major part coming from Marvel. It's a hack to be a character that's always in every Avengers movie that you know is gonna do good. She also debuted in Jurassic World Rebirth, which did really good in the box office. NVIDIA becomes the first company ever to reach a $4 trillion market cap, which is crazy because in 2023, they hit $1 trillion for the first time. But you know, some out there making 40K at McDonald's says they shouldn't be taxed, so let them hit 10 trillion. Let them hit 20 trillion as a matter of fact, and don't tax them a piece. That's what the founders would have wanted. The Superman movie releases, having the best opening weekend for any Superman movie at $217 million globally.
What? This is it the best Superman movie? Is this the best Superman movie? I ain't watch it. Shit.
Also is the highest grossing superhero movie of the year, and well deserved because it was good. The UK government...
What? I'm gonna have to check it out. Shit.
Announces its plans to lower the voting age from 18 to 16. Having kids who are brain rotted voting in elections will not end well. China bans OnlyFans and labels it a Western disease. Good luck to the Chinese soldiers out there that can't get their goons off. Must be rough. Ozzy Osbourne, one of the most iconic rock stars, dies at the age of 76 from a heart attack. The T-App, an app that was growing in popularity through the span of 2025, which involved women posting pictures of men they may know or have seen and asking other women on the app any of their red flags. Even though the purpose of the app was supposed to be for women's safety and making them feel more safe going on dates, it was mainly just used for bullying dudes and making up lies about them. Got all of its database breached and exposed 70...
I'm telling you, bro, when anything blows up fast, I'm telling you, I always question. Same thing with the cut water, with the quarter zips, the Nike's tech shit, this rap fatigue shit, what the Labubus. I'm telling you, bro, when anything blows up overnight, bro, it's always something behind that shit, bro.
2,000 women's information, with some of it being their faces. And man, oh man, some of these women
were not in the position to be judging others.
You'd have a Hulk Hogan looking girl saying Michael B. Jordan was chopped. The hack was also funny because the whole database for the app was completely open. All the hackers did was go into...
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, your editing is funny as hell. TommyNFG, your editing is fucking hilarious, bro. Some of these shits you put it while you talking, bro.
Their public cloud and take everything. Imagine if you were someone who spent money on this app thinking it was saved just for everyone to be laughing.
Was that Beyonce on the DS?
At your face on the internet. Memes of this month were things like Jet 2 Holiday, I Can't Prove...
Oh, ooh, we cooked this month.
And Labubu Matcha Dubai Chocolate.
I ain't lie, we cooked this month. Definitely, we still use them top three. One more time.
Of this month were things like Jet 2 Holiday.
They still use that.
I Can't Prove It. And Labubu Matcha Dubai Chocolate. August 2025. A child set a record for being born from an embryo created in 1994. Meaning technically if they were born then, they would be around 31 years old now. Buddy must have been living it up, swimming in a pool and chilling while the world burns down. If only this could have been all of us and we could pick a date when we wanted to leave. Roblox versus Schlep. Roblox banned the YouTuber Schlep, whose videos was focused around catching predators and turning them over to the proper authorities. He was also good at it, managing to get 6 people arrested. They banned him, saying what he was doing violated their terms of service and said it undermined their safety efforts, even though he was the one who was literally helping.
Just goes to show you what we really care about out here.
With safety on the platform. It was even worse too,
or they, or y'all, whatever terminology works.
Considering he got groomed at a young age on Roblox and Roblox staff did nothing at the time. And after this, I don't think even he expected the firestorm that was about to erupt. Every YouTuber started covering it and learning the horrors of Roblox's moderation. All of Roblox protested in Schlepp's name and walked around with free Schlepp signs. Politicians started stepping up for him and saying Roblox needs to address safety. You had states sue them over negligence of enforcing child safety. And all Roblox had to do was simply unban him. For some reason, they did not want to. Like, I don't know what he did to them, but it made things worse. At the peak of the drama, Roblox lost 12 billion stock value in
holy fucking shit. Power to the people.
10 days. The fact that some 20-year-old dude did this alone makes it peak fiction. I like when the little guy went against a big corporation. Roblox still hasn't recovered from this and probably won't for a while. Every day they're getting some type of new lawsuit over it. Hopefully they learn their lesson to take child safety serious.
Why is that such a big thing to ask for? Y'all niggas make whatever the fuck these people are. Y'all motherfuckers making $1 million, $2 million a day. All we asking you is to protect children while you running this company. We don't give a fuck about Roblox, but protect the... Come on, man. That's all we asking for? That's too much to ask for? Damn.
Probably not. Ronaldo proposes to his longtime girlfriend after a decade. Trump deploys the National Guard in DC over what he calls a crime emergency. And it led to some pretty interesting interactions.
Tell you guys something special real quick. Are you guys ready?
Well, we know you're filming, so if you're about to do something like off the cuff.
Yo, my stomach is fucking growling. I'm not sitting through all of that.
$12 million in 16 hours. The clips of the event was less focused on the money raised and more on how mad Mr. Beast was getting. People must have forgot they called him Mr. Beast for a reason.
Do you like Feastables?
No.
Trump and Putin meet in Alaska to discuss the Ukraine war and how to end it, which was the first time he talked to a president since 2021. Apple for the first time is manufacturing its new iPhones in India. Either China stepped up their labor laws and they can't exploit them, or Indian workers are doing it for cheaper. The real loser is anybody who buys the newest iPhone every year. Cracker Barrel changed its classic logo to this modern millennial family-friendly design. I believe modern logos are the reason we all hate each other all the time. They also changed their whole restaurant aesthetic, which to me was the way worse change.
Nah, the logo is cool, but this, nah. Cause I've been inside Cracker Barrel before. I did like the way it looked on the inside. It did have a different vibe and feel on the inside. The logo, I could give a fuck less about the logo, but the inside is, yeah, definitely worse.
It was a terrible change, and I'm not sure if companies have departments anymore that are supposed to tell them whether a change will be good or not. Clearly with Cracker Barrel, they didn't, and because of all of this pressure, they changed it back later on. Lil Nas X was arrested and charged with assaulting police officers. He was found walking naked and barefoot on the street. This will be the last time I ever care to hear about Lil Nas X. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce officially tied the knot, and Taylor Swift fans took it exactly how you would expect.
I'm telling you, I think, bro, people know what they be doing, fam. They know this gonna get views, fam. People know what they be doing, bro.
Never posted about Travis. This is her hard launch, 1 and 2. She's never ever said.
I bet you she got over 20,000 followers on TikTok.
Any of her songs are about anybody.
So like the Taylor Swift engagement, super shocking at first, but now
I bet you she got over 10,000 followers on TikTok.
that I'm like actually processing that the artist that I've known for the longest in my life sat there for a moment and I was like, holy like she's engaged, like go girl, be happy.
You'll have to get
I think I seen that. I seen that clip before of that girl. I think I seen that clip before.
jobs. You know, employment. What sort of crazy moon talk is he speaking?
Memes of this month were things like Clanker, Thinking Monkey, 6'7", and Performative Male. September 2025.
And 6'7", I still see the Thinking Monkey. They say still using 6'7".
Iceland gets ranked the most peaceful country in the world for the 18th year in a row. Considering you wake up to views like this and your country hasn't been given that good old American freedom of having all your oil siphoned, I can understand why people are happy there. The Epstein files officially released. Kinda, not really. The House Oversight Committee and the government got access to thousands of pages of the Epstein files after requesting it from Epstein's estate. You know this was sick to the core when there's thousands of pages of evidence on him. Some notable things he said was calling Trump evil beyond belief, saying of course he knew about the girls, saying that Trump spent hours at his house with one of the victims. There was also people like the former president of Harvard, Larry Summers, who got exposed for joking about women in emails with him. It makes you realize that more than half these at the top positions are freaked out and weirdos. They get too much glazing and have too much
because they got all that money and power. Sure, they all that money and power, they gonna take advantage, bro.
Power, they feel fine doing things like this. And this was really the thing that put pressure on the politicians to release the Epstein files even more up until the signing of a bill to do it 2 months later. Stream East, the world's largest illegal sports streaming platform, got shut down. Also notable that LeBron was watching on it too, piracy for the win. Conor McGregor announces
Yeah, baby.
his official.
I ain't gonna cap. I still think that's what got Stream East. I remember when what's bro name? When Mark Cuban had that tweet when he was like, hey, what are you guys streaming the game on? I think that and that when niggas was using that video of LeBron using Stream East, that definitely fucked it up. This is what I'm saying, bro. man, it's sad. We certain things need to be gate kept for real. Certain things need to be gate kept.
Bid to run for president of Ireland and dropped out 11 days later after none of the politicians voted for him. I think the world is done with celebrities being politicians. The method's been patched. Giorgio Armani, one of the biggest fashion designer brand founders, dies at the age of 91. Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather announced that they're fighting and have signed contracts for spring of 2026. After the Jake Paul match, ain't no one want to see Mike Tyson in the ring again. But some sucker out there will spend $100,000 still for some floor seats to the more Epstein files. With the most incriminating...
That's 2 million seats to watch, $2 million to watch a fight?
One being a letter Trump sent to Epstein in 2003 that stated they have things in common. And may every day
be another wonderful secret.
I don't know. I prefer to think the secret was something like they both prefer mint chocolate chip ice cream over chocolate chip. Or they didn't like the last Shrek movie. Trump denies it, saying that isn't his signature, and then filed a lawsuit against the newspaper company that released it. The Nepal government this month got completely overthrown by Gen Z protesters. And it wasn't no Gen Z 2020 BLM protest with people making TikToks thinking it was gonna have an impact. They burnt down...
That's what I say, bro. Like, do that shit really work for real, fam?
Their government buildings and the prime minister's office. It all started when the government randomly banned all major social media platforms for not registering locally. The older generation should know the one way to get Gen Z pissed and outside is taking away social media.
Facts. I'm telling you, same shit. If they did the same thing, I think the same thing would happen here, fam. For real.
After that, they decided to march out
power to the people
peacefully around the Capitol and government buildings. Until the police started shooting at the protesters, then all hell broke loose. They even burned down the politicians' houses too, and after all that, the prime minister resigned and fled the country. Then the Gen Z protesters elected their next prime minister in the one way and only way they know how: Discord. And that is how their current prime minister was elected, and she is still in office with everyone happy. They even helped clean up the rubble after the overthrowing, so wholesome. People after this started asking why the US Gen Z doesn't do this. I don't know about you, but I'm not going against a flying Dorito in the sky. The US...
That facts on me. I'm telling you, America is different.
US government released a video of a UFO getting hit by a missile and not budging. The quality, as you know, has to be in the worst quality possible. It wouldn't make it a real UFO video if it wasn't. Russia sends drones to Polish airspace, being the first country to get hit by Russia after the Ukraine war. Poland then sent out fighter jets to shoot them and said it was an act of aggression. Brazil's former prime minister gets sentenced to 27 years and 3 months in prison for trying to stay in power after losing his election. A body gets found in the trunk of an impounded Tesla that was registered to David. At first it was kinda brushed off because he had an excuse, like he was on tour and the police dismissed him. But then more and more information started to come out and it started to get creepy. The victim's mother mentioned she had a tattoo that David also had, saying that her daughter said she was in a relationship with a guy named David. Then the pictures started to come out. David on FaceTime calls with her, David doing a whole Twitch stream with her, David having a song with her name in it. And as stuff started to come out in this moment, if you were a David fan, you realize that your goat is actually a monster. As of me writing this, David is still not arrested and on the loose, which makes it very creepy. And why hasn't he been questioned? Rest in peace to her, and the fact that she was so young makes it so sad. Charlie Kirk, one of the biggest political commentators, gets assassinated out in public. The two reactions you had was the right stating that this was a tragedy to America, that free speech is dead. Also, Semi trying to start a civil war, which was very cringe.
It's time we rise.
And once again, when people make these videos, what are they trying to accomplish? Like, all this shit just, I don't know, attention seeking, smoke and mirrors, bells and whistles, bread and circus, however you call this shit. Oh, we're so scared.
Bruh, don't you got kids to take care of or something? And the left had politicians condemn it, but everyone else was pretty much making fun of it. Which only got worse as they started to glaze Charlie as some type of biblical human in the government and give him holidays. So his face was plastered everywhere on memes all through the end of the year in 2026.
Bro, I'm not lying. I've seen this nigga face so many times, dog. Like on TikTok, dude. I don't even know what he looks like originally anymore at this point, bro. Like, I've seen this nigga on so many things, bro.
they might still be doing
It's crazy, bro. Crazy.
NASA gets its strongest hint that life might be on Mars. The reason they say that was because a rock was found there that contains the same minerals to cause organic matter. All I know is the Mars aliens we do get are gonna be the ugliest looking things ever. If you look at the deep sea and what those creatures look like to adapt to their environment, it should say enough. New Mexico becomes the first state to offer universal child care at no cost, saving families there an average of $12,000 per year for each child.
That's a W. That's a W.
Cooper becomes the youngest male to win an Emmy at 15 years old. Got more motion than me at 15, I respect it. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco get married to a huge wedding with celebrities. Bad Bunny gets announced as the halftime show performer at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is getting later into the year because this, I could remember some of this. Some of this is a little bit more recent. So we get into the later half of the year.
I don't really know much of his music. It was funny seeing all the people crash out over this though.
Hey, did you guys hear Bad Bunny is doing the NFL halftime show? Can't wait to see Ice arrest him on stage live at the halftime show.
Who owes? Oh my
Puerto Rico
goodness.
is an unincorporated territory of the United States.
Casanat becomes the first Twitch streamer to hit 1 million subs. And by Casanat, I mean me and Kai because I donated over 10,000 subs to make sure we hit the goal together. So W me and Kai. The US government shut down.
Hey, W fucking mixing right there. I'm part of that too. What you talking about?
Down after Congress couldn't agree on funding for the year, which ended up becoming the longest government shutdown, being 43 days. And in the end, both sides still didn't really agree, so there was no point in this whole thing. It's insane that you can work for the US government and not get paid for your own work because the government is arguing. It's like your mom and dad arguing as a kid, and if they don't agree, you don't get fed. Memes of this month were things like 6'7" kid, Tylenol autism, W speed, and Michael Jordan no. October.
The Michael Jordan no is generational. I'm not lying. The Michael Jordan no meme is generational.
For 2025. Taylor Swift releases her album, The Life of a Showgirl, selling 4 million albums in the first week, with 3.4 million being physical and digital purchases. Like her or hate her, there is no one close to her sales right now. This is also the first Taylor Swift album where I haven't seen Swifties doxing people for saying it's ass. People should have known it was gonna be ass when she had a whole song on there dedicated to her husband's meat. Whatever you do, do not listen to that song. Japan elects its first female prime minister, Sanae Takachi. Israel and Hamas agreed to the US peace plan ceasefire, putting one of the most controversial wars in modern times finally to an ending. Until Israel violated it the same day it was signed. Markiplier gets married to his longtime girlfriend, Amy Nelson. Maria Corina wins the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. The reason being her promoting democratic rights for people in Venezuela fighting against their current dictator, who was doing anything to beg the US to not attack.
Don't worry, be happy. La 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 la. Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, Buddy's definitely getting leveled to the ground next year. Drake's lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us gets dismissed in a courtroom. Imagine losing a rap battle, then losing a lawsuit against it. Man's never gonna recover. His lawyer says he plans to appeal it, but just give it up, man. We all have moved on. The country of Madagascar gets overthrown by yet another Gen Z-led protest this year. The main reason being government corruption and the Madagascar movie being banned in Madagascar. The president of the country decided to flee and the lawmakers impeached him immediately. The Louvre Museum gets robbed in broad daylight, and the value of items stolen total around $100 million.
Are they caught? Shit, them boys must have got away with a lick. Oh my god, biggest lick of the century, 100 mil? What 100 mil look like? What?
The heist was straight up a GTA heist though. You gotta respect it in a way. They had people dressed up as fake security guards to take the stuff, then escaped on a crane out the window to vanish into the sunset. They could.
I'm not lying, they got away. It probably took them years to plan that shit. Probably took them years. I'm not lying, that's a fucking lick. That is a fucking lick.
They've been known as some badass legends who hit a lick on the biggest museum ever, but all got caught in a month. Should have hit up Lester for some better escape plans. Damn. Mosquitoes get spotted for the first time in the wild in Iceland, which scientists are giving warnings about, and they're linking it to climate change. Also, it means we're probably gonna have another even hotter summer. Like, we're already suffering. Can we please stop? Ireland elects Catherine Connolly as the 10th president of Ireland. Scientists create a serum that regrows hair in 20 days, meaning Turkey may go bankrupt and baldness may be cured soon. They conducted tests on lab mice in the serum and their ball patches fully grew back after 20 days. The lead researcher himself tested it on his own leg hairs and had his hair fully regrow after 3 weeks.
That's fucking crazy.
I can't.
Bald niggas, hey, you heard? Hey, go get that shit. They got a super serum. I'm saying some super soldier shit.
Wait in 2035 to buy my Tylenol hair growth pills and enlarging pills. The future is gonna be so great. China enacts new laws to require social media influencers to have degrees in subjects they talk about.
On me, like motherfucking Red Dead, nigga, you just take a drink of that hair tonic. Fuck you talking about? Just take a drink of some shit and that shit hit in like 15 minutes.
In America,
Nigga,
all we gotta do
seconds.
is ban podcasts and you fix about 90% of misinformation. It's mainly meant to target medical and financial advice. Although the way I think of it, wouldn't it be pretty easy for a scammer to go to school, get a degree, and then lie about things still? At that point, I assume they just execute them on the spot for lying. NVIDIA becomes the first company to be worth $5 trillion. And if you didn't pick it up,
where's all that money at?
About a couple of sections ago in July, I just said it hit $4 trillion. If we're keeping it on track, by the end of next year, it'll probably be worth 10 trillion. Like, y'all gotta understand how insane it is to be worth 5 trillion. If NVIDIA was a country, it'd be the 3rd largest country in GDP.
That's what I'm saying. How the fuck is your company worth 5 trillion, but you don't got? I don't. Listen, I'm black. I'm a nigga. I don't know about stock market and trade and forex and all that other shit. But how do you have a company worth $5 trillion? That means you gotta have at least $1 trillion cash, or is that not how that shit work? Because if your company is worth $5 trillion, where's the cash? Where's the cash? Can I spend that shit?
I say f it, give them 10 trillion and cut their taxes, then tax the poor. Trump orders nuclear weapons testing for the first time since 1992. I love my World War III threats. This always feels great. France makes it illegal for supermarkets to throw away edible food and instead have to donate it to food banks. The horror of charity. I know. Neo, the first household robot, officially releases for pre-order in the US. Its main functions is supposed to be helping you with house chores like washing dishes or folding clothes. Make sure to turn it off when you sleep though. You don't want that freak potentially hopping on you at night. You can get it for a monthly price of $500 a month or $20,000 to own. And technically for now, it isn't fully automatic. There's gonna be remote human operators controlling it. Doesn't that defeat the purpose though?
That means the humans behind it. So what if the human sees something in there that he ain't supposed to see?
Of automatic AI robot. It's still gonna get sold out on first day release anyways. Jamaica gets hit with the strongest hurricane in its history, with winds of it being 185 miles per hour and causing over 100 deaths.
Wow.
Rest in peace to those that passed. It's wild how only 100 people died from 185 mile-per-hour winds. Great job by the government for evacuating people and helping as many people as they could. For the first time since 1990, the Billboard Hot 100 Top 40 chart had 0 rap songs, with people saying this is the end of rap and it's getting the rock and roll treatment. Nowadays, no one's trying to be original and everyone's trying to get a hit on TikTok, so I'm not surprised. If only Ye didn't become Ye, he could have saved us for real. Prince Andrew gets stripped of his royal titles and kicked out of the royal mansion due to all the Epstein controversy, and you can never forget about clips like this.
We're staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay.
That's all I needed to hear to know the dude's guilty. Memes of this month were things like I show speed face, white
they still use this,
rabbit pointing at clock, Hassan Piker dog, and blue collar SpongeBob. November 2025.
That was a dry month for me. Damn, it seemed like memes was kind of ass. We ain't got no good memes. What's going on? That's how you know the world fucked up when ain't no funny memes going on.
The LA Dodgers win the World Series in Game 7, becoming the first team to win consecutively since the 2000s. China released...
Don't watch no baseball or hockey. All I watch is basketball and football. Any other sport, don't know.
This is a new divorce law that stops spouses from taking the other person's property after divorce, meaning gold diggers shall no longer exist in China. They really are in the future. Dick Cheney, George Bush's former vice president, dies. Let's all give a moment of silence for him.
Damn.
Egypt's most expensive museum opens to the world, costing $1 billion, covering the
What? For a museum?
history of the country and how it came to be. ChatGPT bans it from giving health, legal, and financial advice. Probably because people were using ChatGPT to diagnose their actual illnesses and not going to the doctor. Every time ChatGPT releases an update, it shows us how lonely the world is because they have to update the app more and more to make it less parasocial. Zoran Mamdani becomes the mayor of New York City, becoming the youngest mayor in over a century to lead New York. America got so much aura that people around the world cared about this election election that aren't affected by it. Denmark signs a law to ban kids 15 and under from using social media, with the reason being to protect children's mental health and well-being. Good luck to those kids. The horrors of touching grass would scare anyone in 2025. The US mints its final penny, ending its production for 232 years. The penny, despite being worth 1 cent, costed 3.5 cents to make, which lost the US Treasury millions. And no one really used the penny anyways, but it is sad to see her go. This would also be the second.
Yeah, so yeah. Now we can also tell niggas what you know about a penny. What you know about seeing a bronze coin? You don't know about nothing about that.
Time Abraham Lincoln's head got taken out.
The fuck?
Not the best luck for him. Jack Doherty gets arrested for blocking a road in Miami and also having drugs. This year had a lot of things people disagreed on, but we can all agree that this was a great sight to see. Tom Cruise.
I think he's a streamer, right? I don't be paying attention though. I be in my own world, bro.
Receives his first ever Oscar and a well overdue one. For a man that's been.
Wait, that's kind of crazy. Tom Cruise just received his first Oscar? Damn. Damn, hey, better late than never.
Leading Hollywood for like 35 years. I would have told them to f off and asked them why now. LeGoat James becomes the NBA player with the longest career in NBA history after his 23rd season started.
The GOAT, my GOAT. Shout out to Michael Jordan. I'm a Kobe fan too. But my GOAT is LeBron Ramon James.
Trump signs an official bill to release the Epstein files after months of scandal and fighting it to not be released. He caved after both political sides agreed to the Epstein Files Transparency Act and had no choice. I know his ass was pissing that Oval Office. He was not expecting this in his presidency. If it does end his presidency, he's probably happy with how much he made in the time he was there. IShowSpeed won Streamer of the Year at the Esports Awards. A new study found that raccoons are in the early stages of self-domestication, meaning in the future it may be common for people to own pet raccoons. If I see one of y'all's pet raccoons stealing my food out my pantry though, just know we got a Second Amendment for a reason. I would
I mean, aren't they like, they look like a different breed of a cat. Are raccoons close to cats? Or got the same DNA or some shit? Cause look, it got whiskers, it got the small face, it got the same type of nose, like the way the nose is like. That shit kind of close to, that shit look like a, you know, off-breed cat, off-white cat.
Love to own one of these though. Just look how cute it looks. Twitter/X rolls out one of the biggest social media updates, making accounts reveal the location they're posting from in order to combat bots. And nobody expected the scale of how bad the botting problem was. You had hella MAGA accounts being based in places like India or Nigeria. The DHS account being based in... This update proved that internet theory is real, and I feel most people knew that, because you'll never meet anyone as extreme on it or even close to it in real life. Well, it turns out it's because these don't even live here. The Indian call center scams and Nigerian print scams stopped working for old people, so the scammers got smart and became political grifters. Call them scammers, but they're smart and they know what makes them money in this climate. Scientists released a study that New York City is sinking and it may be at flood risk. It's going down on average 1 to 2 millimeters per year. It's understandable.
How the fuck does a city go down?
When you think of New York, because without buildings, it's purely an island. I'm sure people in our century will be fine, but the next might randomly wake up and sink one day into the ground. The first anti-aging dog pills get funding from the FDA, meaning
anti-aging dog pills? Are you fucking shitting me?
Dogs could potentially live an extra year of their life. Memes of this month were things like We Are Charlie Kirk, Quarter Zips, AI Baby Laughing, and Cassius Thundercock. December 2025. Rage Bait gets named Oxford Word of the Year.
Holy fucking shit. Rage Bait is a official. I'm not even lying. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Because it's like so much, rage bait is a real thing. Like, it's a word in the dictionary, so you can't be like, they rage baited me. Man, you making that up. No, nigga, that's a word in the dictionary. Look it up. That's actually kind of crazy.
Just so we can keep up historically with things, their 2024 word of the year was brain rot, and their...
Wow, 2024. It's funny, that's all like, that's wild.
2023 word of the year was Riz.
Kai Sinat, dictionary got a word. That's definitely some pull.
These are about to be our future CEOs and engineers, dog. We're cooked. The amount of rage bait this year was insane, though. I say we replace it next year with positivity. Versace, the designer brand, gets bought out by Prada. Versace had a good run. It's not 2012 anymore, and people don't want to walk around looking like this. The co-founder of Kalshi, one of the biggest betting websites in the world right now, becomes the youngest self-made female billionaire at 29.
Holy shit. Damn, they playing a different game. Damn, they playing a different game, boy.
Mexico officially changes its work week from 48 hours to 40. I understand how Mexicans are so hardworking because they've been working 48-hour weeks up until now. 40 hours itself is still way too much in the big 25 coming up to 26. If I become president in the future, just know I'll do 30-hour work weeks. I Shall Speed gets sued for $1 million by a robot company. This is due to him going on stream with the robot and beating it up, apparently breaking it. I get a lawsuit, but $1 million? This couldn't be worth more than $15,000 to make. I hope he wins just off the bullshit number they're throwing. Activision announces they're no longer doing back-to-back releases of Call of Duty games.
Good. Work on that shit. Thank you. Take some fucking time. Make a worthy product.
This was due to the last game released, Black Ops 7, being on by everyone universally. The game is so bad, it was released this year and is already on sale for $30.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
$30. People have been saying instead of releasing a game every year, wait a couple of years, then release something crazy. Australia officially banned social media for people aged 16 and under. They released the list of what's banned and not banned, with the obvious culprits being banned. But weirdly enough, they left Discord to not be banned. If you wanted to protect kids, this should be the first one being banned. It shows
I don't know too much about Discord, but wow.
Shows you how older generations genuinely have zero knowledge on things with the youth and what happens. The ban is poorly implemented too because people have bypassed it with printing out pictures. The architects of AI get named as Times Person of the Year. Can't wait to see all these dudes go bankrupt when the AI bubble pops. Zootopia 2 becomes the fastest PG rated film to make $1 billion.
Holy shit. That's crazy.
John Cena officially retires, ending his legendary 23-year run. WWE might be cooked after this. Like, what does it have, Logan Paul? There's not a single soul.
I stopped watching WWE. Not when I found out it was fake, but I don't know. I've been stopped. I mean, I think as a kid, once you like get older and you know worry about what you want to be in life and girls and shoes and clothes and rappers. I think not fell out, but yeah, that's just, and don't pay attention to it no more.
There right now that could live up to this status. We salute you off, King. The Oscars decides to move to YouTube starting in 2029. It's crazy seeing the tides change growing up and all the old media dying off and coming to social media. Okay, this time,
it actually happened.
The Epstein Files by law officially released on December 19th. And you'll be glad to know that no official politicians were shown in it except Bill Clinton. Meaning Trump did nothing wrong, our politicians did nothing wrong, and we can all move on.
Talk about blacking out. I don't know if I can get a close-up of my phone. This is one of the documents that the Justice Department released. It's 100 pages.
Right.
This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. It's all black. It's just 100 pages of redaction. That's the transparency we're getting here.
I don't even understand why they released it when this was gonna be the result. They really rolled the out like how Cardi did I Am Music. We got pictures of Winnie the Pooh with it for some reason. More framing of Michael Jackson, who it's already proven by a victim he did nothing there. This man has been gone for 16 years and is
still dragging that nigga through the mud.
Still getting false allegation slander. Crazy. They made a mistake though because they got Trump on
one line.
In a court case from 2020, it's explained that Epstein introduced a 14-year-old to Trump. He then elbowed him and said, "This is a good one, right?"
Where Trump then smiled and shaked his head in agreement.
A couple people in the government definitely getting killed over this one. I can almost guarantee some intern there completely forgot to take this out.
Hey, that's right, exactly how excuse me. Oh, we're gonna need you to clock out. Snipe.
Oh, there's no defense for a 60 or 70-year-old man to not know the age of a goddamn 14-year-old child. To me, the way it looks, either way he's if he says he didn't know her age, people will say, how can you not tell that's a child? And if he lies and says it's fake news, the most likely outcome, he'll look more guilty. According to one of the main politicians, Ro Khanna, who led the effort to release it, they only released 2.5 gigabytes out of 300 gigabytes. Not even 3 or 4? How many people were involved in this? And the day after, they started removing the...
I ain't lie, I'm about to throw that shit in there with the CIA psyop shit. That shit is psyop too. Keep niggas distracted.
A couple of photos that Trump was actually in the files on, which weren't even photos of him doing things with anyone. It was already public photos Epstein had with him. I can't fathom a US government being this incompetent and thinking people are this stupid. It's not the 70s. We got internet and social media where we see everything now. I hope we see more in the future, and all the people involved in this have to be kicked out the government. I'm sure in the next year's timeline, I'll be covering the impeachment and arrest of the people who covered this up. Jake Paul fights Anthony Joshua, getting knocked out in the 6th round and getting his jaw broken. Huh, surprise, surprise, when Jake Paul doesn't fight a senior citizen or a random homeless man he found in the street, he gets completely clobbered and folded on the spot. To me, that's a perfect way to end off the year. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of 2025. Thank you to—
Wow, a lot of shit happened 2025. The 2020, man. 2025, what a fucking year we made it. If you have reached this point, you are blessed, you are beautiful, you are kind, you are brave, you are special. We made it another year. Hope we see many more years. You know what I'm saying? Speak that into existence. Hope we see many more years to come. You know what I'm saying? I always say I want to live to 150. You know what I'm saying? Just manifesting now. I want to live to 150. But we made it through another year. Even through all the bullshit, the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, whatever. We made it another year, and I'm happy. I'm glad I'm still here, glad I'm still breathing, and that's all that matters for real. Shout out to you, TommyNFG. Great fucking video.
Everyone that watched me this year, we going for the milli for sure by next year. Make sure to sub to my second channel in gaming. This is definitely one of the hardest videos I've worked on myself, and I'm hoping 2026 will heal us for the better. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
That's it. That's it. What a fucking video.